Hello, friends. Day 40. Bar is closed. 40 days, 40 nights. Isn't that the old saying? Yeah, it feels like a real deal now. 40 days really kind of brings it into a concentration level where you can kind of see that you made a move and the days have passed, and thinking 40 days ago that 40 days would be here so soon was not a reality at the moment. It seemed a long ways away and kind of grueling, as you might imagine. You know, in that time, I now have a reading lamp. I haven't had a reading lamp, and I can't even tell you how long I've had a lamp next to the bed that really wasn't meant for reading. So now I've got all kinds of ambient lamps and lighting in my rooms, but I actually have a reading lamp, and I'm reading books again. I just pulled out another book on John Lennon that Michelle had given me back in the day, and I've got a few more in my stack, and I've been doing audio books. So I just finished Black Elk Speaks, and I'm starting another audiobook this weekend, which I'm excited about. I'm obviously, as I mentioned, I've moved from booze to caffeine to now being more disciplined on caffeine and transitioned out to water. Water's turned into vitamin water, sober nights and steady mornings. That's it. It's like life is happening, and it's happening daily in a way that, you know, that it's not including booze. I guess that's it at this point. No booze, and, you know, guitar lessons. I'm second guitar lessons, reading music. I'm playing music. I'm going out to dinner again and focusing on things that, you know, I'm having great meals with friends while I'm having non-alcoholic beer, while they're drinking wine. I'm sitting around at Barflies, going through my messages at the end of the day and having a couple of beers to unwind, the NA kind, as I've been sharing, and kind of watching other heavy drinkers, particularly men, imagining their lives and how long it's gone on like this and how their families relate to them now as just constant committed heavy drinkers. That's been a wild visual for me. And, you know, and on that note, it's kind of interesting to kind of revisit what I was just talking about earlier, you know, for some previous episodes around how we see ourselves versus how others see us, you know, and things that I've talked about in the past where people have made judgments around me that I didn't think were fair, and I wanted to reconcile those in certain ways. And is it the booze? Is it not the booze? So one thing that's really kind of showed up, which is interesting to me, is my different moods. In the last 40 days, I don't listen back to these shows, but in the last 40 days, you've certainly heard me in different moods, from late night to maybe midday to anywhere in between, and exhausted or melancholy or hyperactive or feeling a bit intense like today. Those are natural human moods, and they're not being caused by a ripple effect of heavy drinking. And so one of the things that I've had to really come to grips with that is that I've always seen myself as a not moody person. And then, you know, I started having different kinds of mood swings while drinking. And so that put me in a mood, quote unquote. And I want to come back to that too. I've got so much to talk about, and I'm not going to fit it all in today, but so, you know, there's the moods that come through me when I'm drinking, and then there's my natural human moods. Now, if I see myself as not a moody person, and then yet I could go back and listen to all 40 of these episodes and go, that person is not in the same mood every day. Is that a moody person? Are we supposed to be in the same mood every day? Or is a moody person someone who has moods that come off negatively to other people? Right? That they wake up and, you know, as how I'm starting to perceive it now, as moody person isn't necessarily that they have different moods in the day that people have to navigate through, or that the person himself has to navigate through, but that maybe they project those moods onto other people and they're not consistent. And so they're either happy one day or not happy the other day, and they kind of project them more. So in my opinion, and again, this is just my own self-image, I don't see myself as moody. I see myself, you know, as living the human condition and having different moods throughout the day. Now, one of the things that I said that I was kind of worried about drinking was that it would, in some ways, energetically flatline me, right? Like I would become kind of dull and numb and, you know, not have a range of emotions. And that brings me back to kind of some of the thoughts that I'd had early on in drinking, whereby if I decided I was going to go out and drink with you, I was going to give you my best. That's the best of me. Like all of a sudden, whatever mood I'm in, I'm going to get over that. I'm going to throw a few drinks on. We're going to have fun. We're going to express. That was like my offering. Like, oh, wow. You know, yeah, I really want to do something for this person and with this person. So I'm going to drink with them so they can get the best of me. And now, you know, I'm not sure the best of me is when I'm drinking by any means, but in that note, you know, kind of back to the mood thing, that brings me in a mood. So when we're in these flatline moods, I can't have a drink to get me out of that mood. I have to kind of ride that mood out. And so I can't egg myself on to go be social or egg myself on to be in any other mood that I am. And so that much I'm enjoying and I'm trying to get related to. But one of the parts is, am I moody or am I just having human moods? And so that's something that, be the judge yourself. I don't know. But at least I know that this is who I am. And so I can be cool with that. I don't expect to be the same energy every single day. And I'm not sure that people around me would really appreciate it as much as it might sound nice. You know, another thing is I've always said is I admit to knowing nothing. And that gives me a lot of freedom to not hold on to my beliefs so strongly. But in also not admitting to knowing nothing, a part of this 40 days of sobriety has taught me that I was actually more right than I thought. I know so much less than I even anticipated. So now that I'm reading and I get to enjoy my evenings every single night, knowing that I have to make the most of them outside of the, you know, the kind of heavy workloads and responsibilities and chores that we do, when we get those times to ourselves, instead of pouring myself a drink and kind of unwinding into my passionate self and enjoying those indulgences, you know, I have other things that I plan for the evening every evening now. And in that, I'm like learning, I'm watching all kinds of documentaries and I'm learning things about things that I didn't even know about. And I have so much more to learn. I have so much more to learn. And that's what I'm fired up about today. And that's what I'm fired up about like 40 days in. Like, can you change your habits? Can you change your behavior? That's what all these apps are about. Can you lose the weight? Can you stop the drinking? Can you manage your life in a way that is best suited for your health? At this moment, I have a roof over my head. I'm lacking illness. I'm at my proper body weight. I'm hydrated. I'm alive. I'm alive, and I'm grateful to be alive. I'm blessed to be alive. I want to give back to the world and whatever spark of light I have here left. My best years are ahead of me, and the best of me isn't the best of me that comes with a drink. The best of me is the person who comes as I am in that moment and shares it honestly and candidly and gives people reason to have trust in me that that person is consistent, even if the moods necessarily aren't consistent. And as well as I can't mask any of my moods with booze, right? We talked about that a little bit yesterday with my son, Gibran, where it wasn't many times, but I could think about like when he mentioned, maybe now that I've seen you drink that one time when you were all stressed out and you know, you might have been drinking that one time. And I talked about that really early on the show is, you know, who's the true me? For me to find out first, but then for me to live into sharing with other people so that they can consistently get to know the true me, trust in the true me, and make choices on whether or not they want to hang out with the true me. Day 40, bar is closed.
Time.